Right then, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Assetto Corsa Offline Championship here for round number 3 of the 2020 Super Formula Championship, which takes us back to Japan here at the brand new Autopolis circuit, which makes its debut in the ACOC. Here in the commentary booth today, it is me, your commentator, as always, Miran Evji, and joining me today is Jamie. Once again, good afternoon.
Afternoon, Maran. Looking forward to the second of the Japanese rounds here today, especially here for the Super Formula here, in regard as one of the higher tracks as well in the calendar as well by far. Looking forward to a very exciting qualifying session here for 20 minutes.
Yeah, just before we do that though, we've got a bit of an issue. So we need to fix that real quick, but we'll get underway with that a bit shortly. So qualifying will be delayed for now until we fix the issue. But yeah, great to have you here, Jamie, for round number 3 of Super Formula.
Indeed. While the issue is being resolved, shall we go through the track very shortly as well?
I presume it would be better to do that when we get back on with the qualifying session. But yeah, I guess we could talk about the championship. I know it's a bit early to discuss that, but this qualifying session obviously will be important. It's got we've got Yuta Horigome, the leader of the championship, by 10 points from Joseph Kang. We've got a debutant this weekend as well, replacing the injured Katja Schmelzer at Vantelen Team Toms. And we should be getting underway shortly, if I am not mistaken. But interesting with a new rookie, obviously. Shame for Schmelzer being injured. Officially, that marks the second ever injury in the ACOC's history.
Yeah, it does, unfortunately. But given the nature of the incident, there was unfortunately a replacement was needed.
Yeah, there was. It's not really a title that one would be wanting to hold. But don't worry about the little intermission we're having now. We'll be back on track eventually. And we should be back on track now, I do believe. Welcome back, everyone, to Super Formula. We had a bit of an issue regarding the track, so we just had to get that sorted. But everything should go cleanly now. So we've got 20 minutes of qualifying just ahead of us here at the Autopolis circuit. And you're just witnessing Mikolas Czernik, the replacement for Katja Schmelzer for one round of Super Formula, making his way around the circuit his first ever time driving a Super Formula car or any car in the ACOC as a whole. This marks his debut in the ACOC, obviously. But before we get stuck in with qualifying, let's go through the track. So the Autopolis circuit, which was first opened in November of 1990. It was actually meant to host Formula 1 when they first designed the circuit. However, due to financial reasons, it did not come here. Instead, you had a few other racing series that come here, like the World Sports Car Championship, and Super Formula, which has been driving here ever since 1991. back when it was called Formula Nippon. But yeah, the circuit has seen mostly regional series come here. It obviously tried to get international presence. The whole purpose of the circuit was to have it being raced internationally. However, they failed to achieve that goal, and thus it is only host to a few regional series. But obviously, not to discredit them at all. You've got Super Formula, as I did previously mention, has been here since 1991. You've got Super GT, which has been here since 1999 and has basically raced here intermittently ever since then. And there's a few other series, Japanese series, that have been here as well. Stuff like Super Taikyu and D1 Grand Prix, which is a drifting series. And then you've got the MFJ Superbike series as well. But yeah, other than that, this circuit, which has actually remained unchanged since its opening in 1990, boasts a track length of 4.6 kilometers and a race lap record of a 126.9, set in fact in the real life Super Formula season of 2020. So they should be quite accurate. I think the time should be accurate to the ones that we see in real life. But we've got the first few cars coming across the line then, Jamie. What do you make of the track? Jamie, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I didn't quite hear you there. Given that the track's nature of it, in compared to Fuji and Suzuka, which are very fast ones, this one is a little bit more of the technical side in terms of the Japanese tracks here. There's a reason why it's been such a Super Formula staple in the real life calendar for such a long time. Even though, like, it is, as you've said, it was built for the international scene, but albeit didn't happen. You can expect to see some very daring overtakes around here in this track, given that there's an influx of medium to high speed corners around this track here, with, like, I can only see here about 2 very slow corners, which are definite overtaking spots. But yeah, other than that, with the medium to high speed ones of its nature, you expect to see that qualifying is very crucial here for this track for sure.
Yes, I do agree with you. The track obviously being very flowing and gives a lot of opportunities to carry battles around its many different corners. But we have all the 22 first couple of times on the board then, and it is Formula 2 champion Will Parrish, who currently is on provisional pole with the only man currently in the 126s, from fellow countryman Memphis Fisher in second and Zachary Fitzwater in third. Now Fisher, quite the shocker there up in second, considering that his season so far has not been going, I think, the way he would have liked to, scoring 0 points. So it's finally nice to see him being a bit up there.
Yeah, he really needs to change his fortunes around for him, for sure, if he really wants to score some points. In fact, him and the teammate Schmelzer both haven't scored points for the Valentine team, Tom's team. Given that they're high, how do I say it? Equipment, for sure, for the Super Formula. It's kind of a bit disappointing for them, but hopefully with this new showing of pace from him and from replacement Sunek for the Czech Republican replacement as well, it looks very promising, and maybe they might score their first points for the team for sure.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it. I should also just correct you on one thing. Fischer's teammate is Auzinch, not Parrish. Fischer is for the TCS Nakajima Racing team.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. But I think one man, speaking of disappointment, is Yuto Horigome, currently down in 18th. The man who took his first win at Bahrain will be wanting to do it again now that he is back on home soil. But currently he is down in 18th. But with 13 minutes to go, he should be able to get an improvement. And we saw Miran Evji in the Inging go up into 7th, just behind James, who currently is in P6. One more mention, I guess, would go to Alexander Arnold, the former Formula One driver, currently in P4. So nicely done from the German, who has been struggling, evidently, since he made his exit from Formula One. So we'll see if he can get up to it. And then you have the rookie, Chernik, who currently is in 10th position. So not badly done from the man from the Czech Republic. As Horigome crosses the line, he does not improve. Zukauskas, though, improves up into 14th. So not badly done from the Lithuanian. As we're watching this little train, Mateusz Material, Kaiman Kumar, and then there's the Nakajima racing car of Memphis Fisher in second, all in this little train here that won't be benefiting any of them. Might be benefiting Jacek Auzinch, though, as the Latvian goes up into P5. Now it's looking a bit more like it for Nakajima Racing.
Yeah, I wonder why he's still in the back of that car right in front of him as well. I'm not sure if that really is maybe actually might have caught him up as well on his fast lap as well. But especially in that straight there, which gives you the most clean air as well. You've also got dirty air as well for the corners following through sector 3 as well, following that. But very good there from the Latvian driver as well. He did really good, and he places his car into a very good position so far with the only around approximately 11 and a half minutes to go.
Yeah, nicely done from Auzinch, but yeah, I guess he must have gone some sort of slipstream down the start-finish straight. There's AF Walls, the Australian, improves up into 10th, and there was Linus Timell in the background, who had a bit of a run-in with one of the rookie racing drivers, I think, coming out of the pit lane. Looked very, very close. Zhukauskas, though, set another improvement as the Lithuanian climbs up into 11, so he is making good gains here in the first 10 minutes of qualifying.
We're riding about now with Material. He's currently down in 22nd now. Only Patel, the Red Bull Mugen driver, separates between him and last place now. He's exiting out for that final corner now, but, well, not really. He's got a few more corners left to go now. Now he's actually through the final corner now. It might be a bit of an improvement. He doesn't actually improve, no. It's actually 1.4 seconds slower.
Yeah, that is a shame for Material, who scored his first points in Super Formula last time out at Bahrain, which is a shame for him, obviously. Will Parrish, then, the man who still tops the timing sheets, goes across the line and does not improve as he goes for yet another lap, but good to see Parrish back on top of the timing sheets, obviously.
Yep. It's interesting to see an American 1-2 here in this race, with some talks about Super Formula maybe looking at the American market, maybe potentially for a calendar, potentially for a race there, actually.
Yeah, obviously it was announced a bit earlier, a few days ago, that Super Formula would be extending their calendar by 2 rounds. And obviously that would see Watkins Glen becoming the only non-Asian round in the Super Formula Championship, and we'd also go to another Japanese round, that being the Tokachi International Speedway as the final, or sorry, I think it's the 8th round of the championship, I'm not sure. There's Roger James now taking the 2nd position away from Memphis Fisher as he goes side by side with Rahul Patel then.
It's an American 1-2-3 at the moment in the grid.
Yeah, that is absolutely insane. So the American support in Super Formula is through the roof here, as James and Patel putting up quite a nice show. But as we just talked about the 1-2-3, it has been broken by the Czech rookie Mikolas Chernik, who's gone up into 2nd.
Wow, that is really impressive there from the debut, considering this is his ACOC debut. What a way to make us stand out there for 2nd place. That's an incredible performance there from Mikolas.
Yeah, fantastically done from the young Czech driver with a 1:27.153. That is a 6,000th of a second advantage he's got over James, who's now down in third. Sorry, as Alexander Arnold goes up into 5th, gets himself up 1 position ahead of Zachary Fitzwater. in 6th position. I believe Axel Sokis had an improvement there in 14th as well, but the Norwegian stayed where he is.
Indeed, it all looks like a really closely battled field at the moment. Right now, with only separated by like hundreds and the tenths now between first and fifth now, with only like 7 minutes to go. And now, as I just say that, Shaw has now done a 1:27.105, 2 tenths shy of Parrish's time. But wow, that's amazing. He's up into P2 now.
Yeah, very, very well done from the KCMG driver. The lone South African in the ACOC goes up into 2nd. Nicely done from him. And there is Courtney Simpson. And it's looking a bit better for the Jamaican now as he goes up into P7 ahead of Zachary Fitzwater. Nicely done from Simpson.
Yeah, everyone's significantly improving their times as well, of the session nearly being over very soon, in like 7 minutes to go now. And there's Fisher.
And what a lap from Memphis Fisher. He steals the pole away from Will Parrish. 1:26.953 to go on to provisional pole. Now this is looking a lot more like it for Memphis Fisher. And there goes Joseph Kang for Rookie Racing. The South Korean up into 3rd. It's 4th and Zachary Fitzwater. Fitzwater takes it away from the American Memphis Fisher. And now it's the Kondo Racing driver's turn to take provisional pole. And it is all kicking off here in qualifying, Jamie.
Yeah, the moment I was going to praise Fisher, Fitzwater comes out of nowhere and steals pole position. And as well, look at that, he's more than nearly, I think, half attempts quicker than Fisher as well, which is really impressive there from Fitzwater Senior. Given all these are in equal cars, it's an amazing performance there from Fitzwater to just steal the pole position from Fisher. And well, Fisher only had his 60 seconds of fame right there.
Yeah, it's a shame for Fisher, I have to say so, but still, nonetheless, a really good qualifying effort from the American. But there is still 6 minutes to go, and the question will be if Fitzwater can hold on to that provisional pole. You can see he's a 10th up on his own time in the middle sector, and we're just going to have to hope that he does finish up this lap, because it would be a crying shame if he just decides to dive into the pit lane as he rounds turn number 17, and then through turn number 18 and the final left of turn 19, and he is going to finish up the lap then as Fitzwater is going to go across the line. Will he set an improvement on his pole time? He does, by 600ths of a second, Fitzwater defends his provisional pole and a 1:26.822. So Zachary Fitzwater, the Australian, looking very good on the pace.
Again, improvement there from Fitzwater Senior. Indeed, he's actually nearly done a 1/10 quicker than Fisher's provisional pole lap now. With Ryan Bourne now, Fisher, he needs to try to improve. For that, he's not got a very good exit out of that corner as well. As it stands, I don't think he'll be able to improve it as well with only 4 minutes left to go.
It'll be interesting to see if he can just get that edge in over Fitzwater, but he's just going to have to find that little improvement to try and push his way past. There's Nico Alciano into 12th, goes to Cypriot in the KCMG, nicely done, as he gets himself ahead of Aiden Smith in 13th. Rahul Patel manages to knock Linus Timell down into P23, the Swede who scored a podium last time out at Bahrain. That obviously being one of his favorite tracks by his results at the circuit, but yeah, seems to have come crashing down for the Swede, unfortunately for him. Chernik then, who's been pushed down to 6th, as he's just gonna go across the line. Let's see what the the Czech driver can do. I'm confusing him here a bit. He does improve, however, the rookie stays in 5th.
I just want to mention as well that the championship leader and the only Japanese on the grid is currently sitting in 21st as well. The Latvian goes into P3.
Yeah, there is Jokubas Zukauskas up into 3rd, and this man, who we did say was just climbing up the order in the early stage of qualifying, now he swings it big, and up into 3rd goes Zukauskas. Great stuff from the Lithuanian in the Drago Corsa, and we'll see if he can keep on to that. Either way, great qualifying
He's on a recovery from Bahrain, so this is a really good statement there to his team that was a one-off. Now he's looking to try and reclaim points after he was in a decent scoring position for Bahrain until he retired.
Yeah, obviously, in his own words, we should be fighting for podiums, not DNFs. So it's great to see him up there. Yuta Horigome, things looking a bit better for the home heroes. He goes up into 15th. We're going to look at the man in 16th as he goes on to provisional pole. Miran FG by a 10th of a second. That was unexpected, but the former Formula 1 driver takes the field by storm as it's a 1:26.680 with 2.5 minutes to go. The Inging driver goes on to provisional pole.
I'm amazed. Really impressive there from the Swede as well. He has just showed his F1 experience onto this track now, and now his fortunes are changing now for the Super Formula season now as he takes provisional pole. Where was this Miran Avici from the last two races?
I do agree with you. Seems to have gotten them together a bit here, but with 2 minutes to go, the question is: will he be able to hang on to that position, or is it gonna be someone else's pole for the taking? As FG heads through the middle sector, what's it gonna be for the Swede? He's about 300ths off his own time, so I don't think it's gonna be an improvement for him necessarily at the moment. You have got Fitzwater and Fisher, who are currently in the pit. So the question is if they'll be going out again. There's FG's teammate Simpson, who gets himself into the top 10. It's 11th as Auzinch now goes up into P5. What a hectic qualifying session we're having here.
Eastern European 4 and 5. That was really impressive there from both from Trukashnis and Ossens as well. Really impressive there from there. 26.93. That's our sixth on the here that have surpassed the 1:27 now, as we've only got around 70 seconds left to go of this qualifying session.
It is getting tense. FG's come into the pit, so I don't think he can see any more improvement on his lap time. You got James, Walsh, and Fitzwater. So Fisher's come out again. Zachary Fitzwater is content with his lap time as well, it looks like. So he won't be improving. But there already is an improvement. That's Shaw, who goes back up into second with a 1:26.771. He's just under a 10th off poleman FG at the moment. But Shaw can't do it either way. Great qualifying for the South Africa, but he'll just have enough time for another lap.
Definitely to improve the team morales here for the Kazro team's KCMG. Temmel now goes up to 13th now. That's a pretty good improvement there from the Swede as well. Displaces Pearson and Uanu as well. So really good there from Timmel.
Yeah, nicely done from Tim Elden in 13th, the former F1 driver as well. There's Auzinch improving yet again into P4, and he crosses the line just with 9 seconds to go. So he's going to be an improvement, a lot of improvements there in the midfield as well. There's Axel Socki in the rookie racing as the Norwegian goes up into 13th, and now the checker flag has fallen upon the circuit. And we're just going to look at the final cars coming across the line. Here's Kaiman Kumar, the Qatari, who just makes his way around turn number 17 and then into the final couple of corners, 18 and 19. Let's see then if Kumar will be able to do it as he rounds the final corner currently in P20. Let's see if the man in the Team Impel car can improve. And up into third goes Kaiman Kumar. What a lap from the Team Impel driver. That was lovely from him. Khalfan Juma comes into the pit lane. The fellow driver from the Gulf Nations can't do it, and he'll stay, unfortunately, a lowly P20. What about Alexander Arnold? Arnold up into 8th, and that is still a pretty good improvement from the man in the Team Dandelion car. Mikolas Chernik cannot get into the top 10 on his debut. What about Linus Timmel, who does have an improvement, but unfortunately, the Swede will stay in 16th position.
Yeah, the Jamaican here is going to come across the line. He's currently in 13th now. Is he going to... He won't be able to do it. He doesn't improve on his time. Fisher. He takes pole!
And Fisher takes pole position. He's taking it in the final stage of qualifying. And here at Autopolis, it is Memphis Fisher on pole position for Nakajima Racing.
Really, really impressive performance there from Fisher as well. He took it very late and he managed to do it and capitalized it. Amazing there from the American there. He displaces Miran Avici for pole position here for today's race.
And I cannot believe it, after what was an absolutely hopeless start to the season for him. He's turned it around for himself, and now he's gonna be on pole position. But before we get underway then with the race, let's go through the starting grid. So I'll take the first 11, and then you will take the remaining 12. So it is Memphis Fisher, a first ever pole position for the American here at Autopolis, and it is going to be former F1 driver Miran Evji accompanying him on the front row of the grid. Lining up in P3, it's Jethan Shaw, very good qualifying for the South African, and Kaiman Kumar lines up 4th for Team Impulse. Zachary Fitzwater Sr. is going to be P5 with Josip Auzinch in 6th, and then it's his fellow Baltic driver Jokubas Zukauskas lining up in 7th. Alexander Arnold is going to be in 8th with Will Parrish in P9, and then Joseph Kang is going to be P11 with Mikolas Chernik rounding out starting in P11.
James is 12th, the third best of the Americans, followed by the Jamaican of Simpson. Soeki for the Norwegian is 14th, followed by the Irishman of Smith. Tenel is in 16th, followed by the 4th of the Americans in Pearson. 18th is Uanu, and then 19th is your championship leader, Horigami. 20th is Walsh for the Australian, followed by the Emirati of Juma. And then Material is in 22nd, and then rounding off for the 23 car grid is Patel in the Red Bull Mugen.
This is going to be interesting. Horigome all the way down in 19th. We'll see what the championship leader can do today. But might we have a new championship leader coming out of Autopolis? Let's see, as we have 6 lights. And we're underway here at Autopolis, and that's a good start for Memphis Fisher. Very good start for Kumar there, as they already made it 3 wide with Miran Evji in the middle, heading into turn 1. Then who's going to come out on top? There's the 3 wide into the first corner. Kumar there in the middle, getting sandwiched as he loses control there of his car, getting the back out, and unfortunately has to back out of the position. Fitzwater is going to be there around the outside. He's going to try to go around the outside of the Qatari driver as he heads into turn number 5. It's going to be Fitzwater who gets up at the 4th. FG loses out to Shaw into the first couple of corners, and Fisher does lead away here on lap 1.
Good for the American there, really bad there for the Kamar as well. So Avicii loses down a place as well, down to 3rd, but Kamar has got some good climbing up to do as well. As you can see here from the midfield, they're all battling out for positions here through as they enter into the second sector now.
Yeah, there's Kang side by side with Will Parrish, the Super Formula race winner, going up against the Formula 2 race winner, as they're going to go side by side into the fast left-hander. It's going to be Kang who goes round the outside into turn number 13. Will he get it done, though, on the F2 champion? That's going to be the question. Does not get the best of exits through the chicane. Parrish goes over the curb as he's trying to overtake the South Korean, but the battle as they dance around sector 3 now into turn number 18. It's going to be Parrish on the inside line. Does he get it done? Kang bounces back as he gets the better exit through the corner and into turn 19. I think Joseph Kang's going to finally get Will Parrish.
Indeed, that was an amazing side-by-side race in there. They're going through 2 sectors as well, side-by-side, without none of them giving an inch now, as Parrish is trying to make a go against Kang as well. Going to go through turn 1 as well. Let's go.
Yeah, the battle's still not over yet. Will Parrish sensing the opportunity to go onto him into turn number 4. He's still hanging on the inside line there as he's going to try to find the opportunity on the outside. He's got the other rookie racing driver of Axel Soki there in the background. So we'll see then if Soki will be able to put the pressure. That's Khalfan Juma who's putting the pressure on the other team Impul car. That's AF Walsh as Juma on the inside line gets the better exit, but he goes over the grass a bit. That might allow Walsh to try and hold on to the position. The two go wheel to wheel then as they head through turn number 10. Juma on the inside line does get it done. I do think for the time being, no. Walsh is still there on the inside line of the Emirati driver as they head through the turn 11 hairpin and into turn 12. It's going to be Yanu, and there's Yanu and Smith. I think that's James, sorry. That's Roger James who Yanu is battling with, and the Cypriot does get it done on the American. He holds 16th position away from Roger James. There's Rahul Patel as well, who's got himself out of last place as he's overtaken Mateusz Material and Yuta Horigome, who's had not a good start at all down in P21.
You'd think for the championship leader, as well as this given us his home turf here, maybe make up some positions as the old people around him are, but it appears not. It appears not for some reason. I think he might be not in a very good line for the start of the few 2 laps. That didn't allow him to capitalize on these positions. Now, as we now enter in for lap 3 now.
And now it gets interesting. Memphis Vicious has the fast lap of the race, so he is pulling away. As there is Yuto Horigome chasing down AF Walsh. We look at Nicolas Jannu, who's putting the pressure on Aiden Smith in the Team Mugen car as it goes a bit wide through turn number 6. That's going to allow Roger James to close in a bit on the Cypriot in the KCMG. We'll see, though, if he's going to be able to get past him eventually as they head through turn number 10. Smith himself, who's chasing down James's teammate Timel in 14th, as running very wide. It is Roger James in an effort to pursue Yamno. That has brought James Morris Pearson quite a bit closer in the man in 18th. So they might have they might battle if James gets forced into another error.
It's very strange there for James going so defensive without having for Pearson, without him being anywhere near close to him as well. As they're now running aboard for the Latvian as well, he's trying to get some positions as well. He's got the Qatari of Kuma right on his sights now, only 6/10 as well. He's going to close up on him.
Fisher sets yet another fastest lap. Absolutely fantastic from the American. As we look at Nicolas Janno chasing down Aiden Smith. You had, as you said, you had Auzinch, who's chasing down Kumar for P5. So we'll see if he's going to be able to get past the Qatari, who's running a brilliant 5th at the moment. Will Parrish is currently running 10th. Surprisingly going to be the American's first points of the season, as he is chasing down Joseph Kang in the rookie racing for 9th. We look at Joseph Auzinch again, who currently is in 6th.
He's closed up, actually.
Yeah, he is quite close to the back of Kumar, so we'll see if he's going to be able to get past the Qatari, as we have a bit of a train, looks like, forming behind the Zukaushkas. Arnold and Kang are stuck behind the Lithuanian at the moment in 7th, so we'll see if Alexander Arnold is going to be able to get past, as I think was Kang having a look around the outside of Alexander Arnold. Might just be my eyes deceiving me, but
no, he actually was. He was trying to look for a move, but you can understand from Kang now, whenever your championship rival's down in 21st and you're in a point scoring position, you want to make up as many points as you can possibly can to maybe try and clinch the championship lead here. He can do it if he gets a good enough scoring position.
Yeah, for all we know, Kang should be in the advantage at the moment, but remember, he needs to score. It's a 10-point deficit he has to Horigome in the championship. So yeah, we're not going to focus on that though for now. There's Alexander Arnold having a look on the inside line of Zukaushkas, but he's not close enough to pull off the move just yet, let alone get side by side with him. There's Kang running wide.
Making another move. He's trying to, and he's, look at that. See how much of the gap that he has managed to, has been pulled away between Arnold and Kang. That's what happens whenever you try and look for a move and it doesn't come to fruition. Now he's going to try and maybe he's got Parrish to worry about as well.
Yeah, he definitely could here. There's Soki then, who is chasing down Parrish. We'll see if the Norwegian's going to be able to get past the defending F2 champion, as Arnold then still putting the pressure on the young Lithuanian Zukaushkas, as Alexander Arnold, who has not had the greatest of debuts in Super Formula, definitely not what he was hoping for with his return to open wheelers, but currently he is in 8th and running in the points once again, just like he did in Fuji.
Kang has actually managed to gain up just a little bit as well, now down to 3/10, what it was 4/10 actually after he made that error. Might be so far Zukaushkas has currently had a train around him, and I don't know how well he's going to be in terms of defending from his 7th position from Arnold, Kang and Parrish. Those ones will be in the prime position to take his place for sure.
Yeah, we'll see how it is gonna play out. Looking at the situation for the lead, though, there is
There's
Kang running
Kang.
wide, and Parrish immediately senses the opportunity. He's gonna try it around the outside into turn 7, or turn 9, this is, sorry. Into turn 10, though. Parrish not close enough, and he's gonna stay in 10th as a result.
That's really odd from Kang as well. That's the third time he's done that move now. As you can see, someone's going wide. That's okay. That's his teammate as well. He's going wide, but he still manages to hold 11th. Meanwhile, in the front there, you can see Arnold's maybe trying to end Kushgas's short time in 7th as well. He's trying to make a move on the Lithuanian as well. I think the German might be able to do it. No, he doesn't. He actually does. Takes the inside line.
Yeah, I think he might succeed with the move, though, as he's gonna go around the outside of Zhukauskas here into turn number 16. Will he get it done? Yes, he does. And Alexander Arnold goes up into 7th. Nicely done from the Formula 1 race winner. As there's Joseph Kang going a bit wide in an effort to try and get past Zhukauskas himself. Will this give Parrish the opportunity on the outside? Kang goes defensive. Parrish picks the inside line instead into the first corner, as they're going to go wheel to wheel into the first corner. Parrish on the curb. Kang gets the better exit out of the first corner. And it is going to be Joseph Kang who does defend from Will Parrish. Will Kang's teammate have a go at the American, though? Axel Soki having a look on the inside line, but he does not go for it. There is Yuto Horigome, who is going to try to overtake AF Walsh, fighting for the wooden spoon a bit here, but Horigome is trying to climb up positions as he's going to go around the outside of Walsh. Can he hang on there? On the inside line, it looks to be Walsh who has it. As we look further up the field once again, Soki now battling with Parrish for position, as Axel Soki is going to try to get both rookie racing cars into the points positions. Parrish hanging on the outside line, though. Will he be able to get ahead of the American?
I think he actually might as well. He's just going for the outside through the 2 turns as well. I think that was Parrish just getting a bit of spin back there as well. And Soki does it. He manages to get into P10 now, and he's got Kang in his sights as well, who is struggling to pass Zhukauskas for P8.
And Parrish seems to be struggling. There is Mikolas Chernik, who I think was trying to find the opportunity to go on to Parrish, but I think he was caught napping a bit by Courtney Simpson, who saw the opportunity to get past. What happened to Chernik? Because he just lost massive amounts of time. I think he made a mistake somewhere. But either way, we're going to look at Joseph Kang, who is now going to try to find his way past Jokubas Zhukauskas into turn number 1. Will the South Korean succeed with the move going against the number 12 Drago Corsa? We're going to see as they edit to turn number 2. No, Kang can't quite do it just yet, and he doesn't get the best of exits. Axel Soki now edges a bit closer to his rookie racing teammate. Is he there on the inside line? No, not yet.
Gonna go for turn 6 now, and I think that's his teammate going wide as well. That might allow for, I think that's for Parrish to maybe try and make a move. No, he doesn't. He's not actually quite close enough to the Norwegian as well. The rookie driver still manages to maintain a 10th at the moment.
Yeah, nicely done from Axel Soki, just maintaining 10th position. But now it is a 4-way battle for P8 between Zhukauskas, Kang, Soki, and Parrish. Down in 11th, there's Mikolas Chernik. We're going to look at Joseph Kang, though, who once again is going to try it on Zhukauskas. But the Lithuanian round the outside does defend from Kang, and Kang doesn't get the best of exits either, as he failed this overtake on Kang. Soki might be having a look on the outside of his teammate, trying to find the way past, but he's going to stay in 10th for the time being. And Alexander Arnold, you can see, who passed Zhukauskas a couple of laps ago, already has pulled away by a second compared to these guys.
5 seconds though between Osnitz and Arnold as well. That top 5 is actually pulling away from the rest of the field as well. That might give them the superior pace that they might have, because of the track ahead of them is much cleaner. And well, that's going to be an issue for anyone outside of the top 5 that wants to try and maybe challenge for prime scoring positions.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it's gonna play out. Here's Axel Soki then going a tiny bit wide, it looked like, as he was trying to chase down Joseph Kang. But yeah, we'll see if Soki might try to go on Kang, or if he's gonna stay behind his teammate and try and be like a rear gunner to his championship contender teammate of sorts. As we look a bit further up the field, Miran FG, who is struggling to catch up Jethan Shaw. It's 1.6 seconds between the South African and the Swede. FG now has Fitzwater for company. Zachary Fitzwater, who is looking to get into the podium. We'll see if the Australian's going to be able to do it.
I'm just looking through the standings here at the moment. Yep, Shaw and Avicii both have not scored any points so far this season. So the position that they are at the moment, second and third, it's a really good improvement for them for sure, and it'll give them some valuable points to get them out of the low in place positions for sure. So now round up over Fitzwater Senior for the Australia. Now he's actually closed up to Avicii, as you said. He struggled a lot. Shaw has actually managed to catch up to Fisher as well.
Yeah, now this could be interesting. Memphis Fisher, who had such a big gap in these first couple of laps. I think he was pushing in these first few laps to build a gap. And I think now he might have to back off a bit, considering Jethan Shaw has been able to catch up to the American. Now this is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be the Nakajima racing car versus the KCMG, and there is the two-team Tom's car. It's the F2 champion versus the rookie, as Mikolas Chernik's gonna be up there on the inside line of Parrish into turn 10. He's on the inside line. He switches lines as they head into the braking zone of turn 11. Chernik still there on the inside line, runs a bit wide though as he tries to attack his teammate, and into turn number 12 they will go. Chernik's gonna be on the outside line of Will Parrish. If he succeeds with this, there's gonna be, I think, a lot of talk about this man, but unfortunately he does not get it done for the time being on Will Parrish.
What a way to challenge your teammate as well, nearly throwing him off the track as well. You had to see Parrish had to use nearly all of the curb as well, but Parrish just managed to defend it from his new eager teammate as well. But surely this has been a pretty good performance there from the Czech Republican.
And immediately there's Shaw with a late lunge on Memphis Fisher as he goes into turn 2. He's not close enough, but I think he just wants to let Memphis know that he is there and he is ready to make an overtake. So playing a bit of mind games on the American, but for now then Shaw will hold position in second. And I think if Fitzwater does get past FG, we could see the Australian maybe getting involved into this battle as well.
Avicii has managed to improve his pace a bit, actually. He's actually closed up to Shaw and Fisher as well, as they've been challenging for the lead. If you look at the first, second and third so far in the championship standings at the moment, none of them have actually managed to score a point, actually, any of the top three. So, well, what do you think? Maybe there might be a change of dynamic here for the championship if they all manage to maintain their positions.
It could definitely be, but we'll see what will happen then as we head through turn number 14. This is it's turn 17. Sorry, am I even looking
turn
at
18?
The track map?
This is turn 18, and then this is turn 19.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is turn 19. As we approach the start-finish straight, that much I know. As we're gonna head into turn 1. Shaw doesn't look to be close enough as they head into turn number 1, so he's gonna have to stay behind the American for the time being. Both battling for their first win, their first point in Super Formula even. And I mean, what a way to battle for your first points, I would have to say.
Absolutely, as well. Just imagine getting your first points with a win as well. And a Super Formula 1 is that'll be incredibly impressive there, both for Fisher as well, if he can maintain the lead. And what a way to build up to the Watkins Glen hype, having there as a race winner for sure.
Yeah, of course, would be absolutely fantastic. Obviously, generating a lot of hype for the American fan base. There's Walsh, the Australian, running a bit wide. Rahul Patel might try to sense the opportunity to get past. The Red Bull Mugen driver does not find the opportunity, unfortunately, and he will stay in 22nd for the time being.
Yeah, interesting there for Patel as well, because in 10th in the championship, but Red Bull Mugen has not been doing pretty well on this track. Well, I say Red Bull Mugen only consists of Patel at the moment, but yeah, currently sitting down in 22nd as well. At least he's not last as well, which is an improvement from his starting grid at least. But yeah, we'll see if he can try and maybe gain some positions, maybe if he can as well, because we're nearly actually entering the half distance waypoint here now.
Yeah, now is where it's gonna get interesting. I do think FG is actually closing in the gap on Shaw. So you were right about it, Jamie. I think FG seems to have picked up the pace, and that might be the reason why Fitzwater is struggling to get past the Swede. He's actually lapping faster than Fitzwater on that last lap. So this is interesting.
Yeah, he managed to bring it down by 3/10 as well. If he keeps going up at this rate, if he can manage to maintain that pace, I think he'll be able to catch up to Fisher and Shaw. And if they keep fighting, then Ivici might have a chance of winning this race potentially.
Yeah, this is gonna get interesting. There's Rahul Patel once again trying to find the opportunity to get past AF Walsh for P21. He's close to the back of the Team Impul car, but it just isn't able to find his way past for the time being.
I'll say that it's really clean racing so far. There hasn't been any incidents as well coming into this halfway point as well, which is pretty good as well for all the drivers as well, since they all want to bring their cars home for sure.
Yeah, we haven't had any crashes or spins or incidents, which is really nice to see. Great that the drivers aren't getting involved in too many incidents and too many crashes. We obviously don't want any crashes after Schmelzer's injury in Bahrain, obviously. So I guess it's nice that the drivers have taken a bit of an extra step for safety, as Joseph Kang still stuck behind Jokubas Zukauskas. He was not able to get past the Lithuanian all those laps ago, and he's still trying though, as we're now just about over the halfway mark of the race.
Zugashkas has been doing pretty good actually to maintain his top 8 position, albeit like he's not actually improving significantly on his pace or catching up to anyone, but he's managing to hold it pretty well. Kang, on the other hand, I would have expected him to improve a bit more, maybe to go on more overtakes, but maybe Zukashkas, the Lithuanian, has proven much harder to overtake as well. His pace has improved slightly ever since his overtake on Alexander Arnold, but hopefully Kang might be able to gain some positions as well.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting then, but you've got a slew of cars behind Zukaushka at the moment. You got Soki, you got Paris, Chernik, and then Simpson as well there, all the way down in 13. So I guess there is a bit of a train then behind the Lithuanian. Either way, he is currently in 8th, so if he just holds this, he'll be scoring important points for his team.
Absolutely, for sure. Yeah, it is important as well for the points to score. I believe, he's only scored 3 points as well, and after his retirement in round 2, he's looking to, as you said, he's fighting for podiums, not just points.
And
as
there's the battle for the lead. I'm going to have to interrupt you, Jamie, but
Yep,
Jethman Shaw is going to go round the outside of Memphis Fisher, and with one fell move, he gets Memphis Fisher for the race lead. Jethman Shaw takes the race lead away from Memphis Fisher. Let's see how he did that.
You can see that just following back there, and then onto the back straightaway is going to have the slipstream and follow that Fisher of the American as well. And you can just see how much he's actually gained onto the American as well. Now they're headed to turn 1. Oh,
that is pretty big. That was Fisher locking up into the first corner. And then into turn 2, Shaw senses the opportunity. He goes around the outside. And that is very odd.
That is big from Fisher. Yeah.
Wow.
That's very unfortunate there for Fisher, because tire wear is really important here in Autopolis as well. And if you've had a flat spot as well, then your race pace is going to be significantly impacted as well. And this is all good news for Miranovici and Fitzwater Sr., who are looking to claim the remaining 2 podium places now. Fisher is now kind of a sitting duck at this point now. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to hold it in for 12 laps to go, to be honest.
Yeah, that is going to be interesting then to see. But Fisher cracking under pressure as there's Joseph Kang then on the inside line of Zhukauskas. Will he get past him? No, he does not. Joseph Kang holds station for the time being as he stays in 9th. But yeah, the question is, will Fisher be able to retaliate on Jethan Shaw, or is Shaw going to be able to pull away and he might have to worry about FG in 3rd perhaps?
Yep, absolutely, indeed. I don't think Fisher will be able to achieve a hat trick in this weekend. He's got the pole position, he's got the fastest lap, but I don't think he'll be able to get the win.
Yeah, it's going to be a massive shame for Fisher. I think he'll be wanting to get that race win, obviously, as there is Nicolas Yano in 16th, who's chasing down Aiden Smith for P15. And he's got Roger James for company there as well. These guys in the midfield, lower part of the midfield, quite closely packed with each other. There's AF Walsh on championship leader, Horigome Patel trying to get involved into this battle as well, but he's going to have to pick up the scraps from it as Walsh is there on the inside line of Horigome. Yuto tries to defend from the Australian, and he does so as Horigome will remain in 20th. But yeah, not the greatest race for the championship leader. However, he should be safe for the time being.
Speaking of teammates having a hard time, here goes okay, he goes over and now takes Joseph Kang for P9.
Yeah, Soki's gonna go around the outside, forcing Joseph Kang out wide. Kang won't be too happy about that as Soki over the curb almost, as he's trying to get his teammate a tire where I think is really starting to hit for some of these guys now. Kang and Soki battling through the chicane. Yeah, they're really trying to use all the track available to them here.
Oh, no!
There's a spin, and it's Kang! And he's into the gravel and over the curb, and he's beached his car. That's going to be massive, as championship contender Joseph Kang is going to be out of the race here at Autopolis.
Wow, that is really, really unfortunate there for Kang as well. Suki has just given him just about enough room, but Kang just gets slightly wide on the curb and hits the gravel trap at the same time, and that has caused him to spin out and unfortunately retire as well. This might be good news for Origami as well, who has his championship lead somewhat saved a little bit as well from Kang's retirement as well. But that was really unfortunate there for the South Korean as well, as he is sitting second in the championship, and now it's going to be heavily infected now due to that retirement. I think that might be his first. No, it's his second non-point finish here in the Super Formula.
Yeah, and in a row as well. I think Kang will be quite frustrated with that, as we witness the battle for P4 between Kaiman Kumar and Zachary Fitzwater Sr. And this is gonna benefit Mir and FG in 3rd, as these two are gonna be battling. Kumar then gets up into 3rd as Fitzwater jumps over the curb. Is Auzinch gonna find the opportunity to try and get past the Australian? No, he does not, as he failed to try and follow past. There's Axel Soki, then the lone rookie racing car, trying to follow Jokubas Zukauskas and try and get past the Lithuanian, something his teammate failed to do, obviously. But I wonder if we could get the replay of what happened to Joseph Kang exactly.
There'll definitely probably be talks of the rookie team garage later today for sure. That is really controversial as well for the team as well, to do that to your own teammate as well. Albeit it was a racing incident as well. As we can see, he's trying to make a move with Chukashkas as well for P8 as well. It's going through turn 2 as well. Chukashkas just slightly pulls away due to Suki's bad line out of the second corner. It's Parrish and the Czech rookie as well behind him as we look for the replay.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a fun team briefing at the rookie racing team, that's to say the least. But we're going to watch the battle then. Kang is already out on the grass there, on the straight, and then on the outside line here. This is into turn number 12. And you
can already see through that corner as well that he's already trying to use as much as the track as much as he can as well, with the excess of the curb as well. I think he tries to do it again, and then albeit...
Yeah, no, that's on Kang, I have to say. It's his fault. I mean,
I'm afraid, yeah, the Norwegian gave a lot of room, and I think Kang just exploited. Maybe he thought he could try and get away as much as room as he possibly can, but he did it, and his wheel got off the curb, and then as a result caused him to spin.
Yeah, And these curbs are elevated as well, as there's Material and Patel battling. But yeah, these curbs are quite elevated compared to some other tracks like Bahrain, for example, where the curbs are a bit more flat, but here they're a bit more pronounced. And I think maybe Joseph just wasn't expecting it to disrupt the car that much. As we look at the battle there, they're 3 wide there almost, as Juma was trying it on Pearson, and he is going to try to fight the American. Material and Patel are still battling with each other. Patel on the inside line of Material does get it done on the Polish driver and getting out of last position. Rahul Patel goes up into P21.
Absolutely improvement there for Patel as well. Material still currently down at 22nd. I think he's been 22nd the longest out of anyone in this race. Sorry, 23rd now, but now it's 22nd because it's still last now. So we can see here with Suki, the Lithuanian trying to go around the Lithuanian as well. The Lithuanian just makes a bit of a mistake there on that exit as well.
Yasuki has a look on the outside. He switches to the inside though, as they head into turn. Number 5, I think that is. But yeah, Zhukauskas kind of blocked him there, but the battle is still going to go on as they head round the hairpin here. Then, as it's going to be Soki on the inside line into the left-hander into turn 9. Who is going to get this done? Will Soki be able to do what his teammate failed to achieve as they head into turn 11, who's later on the brakes? It looks to be Zhukauskas as Soki forces the Lithuanian out wide and onto the curb, and finally I think should be getting it done. Yes, he does, and Axel Soki up into 8th.
Giving him absolutely no room out of the exit of turn 10 there, and it's paid off for Suki. It's up into P8 now, and he's looking to capitalize on the rookie team's misfortune now, and claiming P8 now from the Lithuanian, who has been running in that position for a very long time now, is one way of the healing process for the team for sure.
Yeah, and Soki didn't seem afraid to get his elbows out in that battle when he forced Zhukauskas a bit wide. Parrish then will be wanted to be the next man to try and get past the Drago Corsa, as we watch them heading into turn 1.
There's 2 seconds between Shaw and Fisher.
Yeah, I was just about to mention that. Jethan Shaw has pulled away by 2 seconds to Memphis Fisher. That's absolutely insane.
I'm really amazed. That was really impressive there from the South African drivers as well. Also, the Seoul team, very good there from the Seoul team, who is not from Japan as well. I think if I remember correctly, yeah, Car Zero team KZMG is from Hong Kong. Yeah, really impressive there from Shaw as well. And it'll be all delight and glory if he comes and finishes the line in first for sure.
Yeah, it'll be very, very nice for him, obviously. What a way to score your first points in the ACOC as well, it has to be said. As we have 7 laps to go, though, so don't... right now, it is all but certain for Shaw to take the race win. We don't know yet. Either way, FG is chasing down Fisher for second. What were you going to say?
No, you can go ahead. Second, third, fourth, and fifth are all now in a battle now for second place, to be honest, as well. As you can see, 6 of Austin's as well is trying to join in for the fight as well.
Yeah, this is going to get really interesting. I do think Fisher seems to be losing a lot of time on Shaw, so I think if any of these guys will be able to get past Fisher, especially in these following couple of laps, they could be getting a good shot at trying it for the race lead. There is James on to Smith, as Roger James is going to be on the inside line of Aiden Smith, the American versus the Irishman, heading into turn number 3. It's Smith on the outside line, who looks to be able to hold his position in the Team Mugen car, and he does hold his position and defend from Roger James.
James, just a wide exit there is not actually going to be very good. That might allow for Iano to maybe try and catch up to him. He actually has catched up to him, as Smith is now slowly pulling away now to go for turn 9, and they're going to brake hard into turn 10 as well. I don't think any of them are going to make any positions now because they're all too far away.
Yeah, as there is Patel, who is now chasing down AF Walsh for 20th. So Patel is desperately not trying to finish last in this race, and it shows. But obviously, still, I think it is going to be a race to forget for Rahul Patel. As we look a bit further up the field, you have James Morris Pearson, who is chasing down Nicolas Yauno for 16th.
Yeah, absolutely fluid American. I think he is. Yeah, he is the worst place of the 4 Americans on the grid at the moment as well. But he's doing okay as such. Hasn't really got out of that back scoring position. But since this is a really difficult place to fight, let alone overtake, it's probably the best he can do as well, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. I do agree with you. This track, it is quite difficult to overtake. You really gotta just try and find a perfect opportunity, and that is, I have to say, easier said than done. As you have Mikolas Chernik, who still is on the back of his teammate Will Parrish. Still a very impressive debut, even though there will be no points for the Czech driver.
Well, as you said, anything can and will happen, but I'm not going to quote you any more further than I will.
Yeah. As the battle for... Yeah?
Yep, just saying, between 7th and 8th of Arnold and Soki, it's nearly coming up to 10 seconds now as well.
Yeah, and Soki is chasing down Arnold as well, so he might be looking to make up another position here, Axel Soki, for 8th. So not a bad result from him at all. Where did he... I've forgotten where he started. I think
Me too.
I think we could check that, if we could check the position gains from the start.
I think he was 11th, I believe.
6 positions!
What?
Wow! Oh. That is still really good. From P14 on the grid to P8, and he might make up another position as well. That is still really impressive. And then you have Jethan Shaw, who started P3 and got himself up to P1.
Yeah, you can see as well from just this positions gained from the starting grid how difficult really it is to overtake. Not many can. You can't really climb your field as well. But Suzuki is the prime example of how if you take your chances and take them well, then you can gain many positions as well. And really impressive there from the region as well.
Yeah, nicely done from Axel Soki, I have to say, in 8th. But we'll see then if he's going to be able to get past Alexander Arnold, because as we said, overtaking...
Look at this train.
Yeah, it is quite a major train here at the moment. And you can see FG is actually pulling a bit of a gap to Kumar. I wonder if that might only be a temporary gap, or if Kumar's tires might be starting to go.
Fisher's tires were definitely starting to go as well. That flat spot after that overtake Shaw did on Fisher as well has cost him dearly. And look at that, 2 seconds between him and Shaw now. Shaw's win is almost certainly in the bag now, as long as something happens or whatever as well. As we're running aboard with Marinovici now. It's actually closed up now as well over the last few laps as well. An overtake maybe looks nearly inevitable now as they're going through turn 1.
Does not try it on the American just yet. So he will stay in 3rd. But we'll see then if he's going to try to be able to find another opportunity. Or maybe even force Fisher into a mistake, just like Shaw did a bit earlier. We look a bit further down this train as Fitzwater is chasing down Kumar. And that's Zukauskas, and something has happened to the Lithuanian.
Oh dear.
What has happened to Jokubas Zukauskas? This is in turn 1, I think.
Did you lock up? Yeah.
Ooh, that's a massive lockup. And into the gravel as well. Major error from Zukauskas, and that sent him out of the points. There's Courtney Simpson who's going to go round the outside, but he makes contact with the Jamaican, and Simpson's into the wall. And a big accident for Courtney Simpson, and that is going to put him out of the race here at Autopolis. Let's see what happened.
That was a lap to forget for Zukashkas as well. After that lockup as well, as just not very game tidy. I think he was going way too defensive as well, and then he loses it.
Yeah, Tim Mel was there as well, and then I think we get the onboard through this corner, and I think Zukauskas just ran a bit wide, or I think he forced him a bit too wide, and they just made contact. And it's going to be onboard with the Jamaican into turn number 3. This is
4, I think.
And yeah, no, that's going to be on And that's going to be on Chernik, and that's straight into concrete. So that one's, I think, got to hurt a bit. But it's a shame for Courtney Simpson. That's going to put him out of the race. And there's Linus Timel going off the track as well. I think he's trying to chase down Zukaushkas. There is the two-team Tom's cars. Look, Chernik is trying it on Will Parrish on the inside line. Goes the Czech rookie on the F2 champion, but he forces him out wide, and Parrish goes onto the curb. Chernik playing a bit dirty, but he does get past Will Parrish.
What an amazing race for Chernik as well. Just overtakes his teammate as well for P9 as well in the closing stages of the race as well. Parrish has probably got like tire wear as well, which wasn't very good as well, which allowed Chernik to go ahead and claim P9 as well. What an amazing debut from him for sure.
Yeah, really, really well done from Mikolas Chernik. I have to say, the Czech driver really, really impressing on his debut as AF1's getting a bit out there. There's material going on 2 wheels, but he saved that. How on earth has he done that?
That was when Kang retired as well from that same spot as well. Really there, impressive there for material as well. Must have seared on his life as well to try and save that car. And he managed to do it as well, albeit with he's a couple of seconds away from them after that error, but what a save as well. You can look at his tires, they're absolutely shredded.
10 points for style, Mateusz. My goodness.
Absolutely, that is amazing.
Yeah.
What incredible, that's...
Really, but yeah, it's going to be a shame for him, as I think that is going to be him in last place, unless he's going to be able to catch up to these guys. There's Fitzwater running a bit wide. Is Owlsinch going to be able to find the opportunity to try and get past Zachary Fitzwater? It's all kicking off now, as people's tires seem to be going, and people are just making mistakes more and more. We'll see then what is going to happen to these guys. FG is really on the back of Fisher. Fisher goes a bit wide on exit. Will FG find the opportunity into turn 12? No, he does not. He stays back for the time being.
He does. Fisher is actually holding on to his life. His tires are more shredded than anyone else's. That flat spot as well. So that's going to cost him very dearly as well, as we've only got 2 laps to go as well. Maran is on much better tires as well, and he probably needs to make his move for P2 sooner rather than later. Or maybe he might be just saving it as late, given his Formula 1 experience.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. Either way, though, Memphis Fisher, I think, must be feeling the pressure from the former Formula 1 race winner, as they're going to head into turn 1 once again on lap 26 of 27. There's not a lot of time for FG to do it now, as they head through turn 1. The tire marks from Zukaushka's error is still there on the gravel, as we look at the battle for fourth as well, between Kumar, Fitzwater and Owlsinch. But the question is, will FG get past?
I wonder. He has got about a lap and a bit to make his move, and he is closing up. And you can see in Fisher from the interval between Shaw and Fisher. Fisher is definitely very slow, and I don't think there'll be a chance he can able to hold it any longer as well, especially with all the tires gone as well, and with Meran as well, he having to defend as well. He may be in a unfortunate error to maybe make a mistake, or not in a very good position to defend, to be honest.
Yeah, it's going to be tight for the Swede then, who's going to battle for second here. We'll see if he's going to be able to do it, as we're going to head through the final couple of quarters. This is turns number 16 and 17, and then through the last couple of corners to start the final lap of the race. Now FG's going to have to focus on getting the best exit possible out of turn 19 and just getting the slipstream into turn number 1. But I don't think he's close enough, Jamie. I don't think he is close enough into turn 1. And as they head into turn 1, he is not.
No, he is not. He is not. He's not actually getting close enough. So with only 3 tenths as well, I don't think he might be in a position to make any moves. The only way it can be happen is to force Fisher to mistake. But Fisher looks like he's keeping a cool head as well to maintain that second position as well. So it's a pretty good performance there for the American as well, if he does end up maintaining P2 whenever he crosses the line in second.
Yeah. We're gonna see though if he's gonna be able to get him. There is Aiden Smith, who's chasing down Linus Timell for 12th, the Irishman versus the Swede. We'll see what is gonna happen there. Miran Evji then as they head into the hairpin. Fisher just is able to hold it. He's hanging on for dear life to that second position. You can tell as he's absolutely just driving that car all the way until the end, and he's only got a few corners to go, and he'll be securing second position. So he just has to hope. He just has to keep it clean and not make any mistakes here, and the second place will be his. But heading round the final couple of corners, what a fantastic drive from this man. He's done it absolutely flawlessly from P3 to P1. Jethan Shaw, you are a race winner as he wins in Autopolis, and Memphis Fisher will come home for his first career podium, and Miran Evji's first podium outside Formula 1 as well, as he finishes in third. And Mikolas Cherny keep the applauses going for the Czech driver as he will finish P9 on debut, beating teammate Parrish. What a drive from Mikolas Cherny.
Absolutely amazing. It helps claims his team's first points as well. And what a way to do it on your debut as well, too, by outperforming your teammate as well.
Yeah, and that is going to be it. What a race that was. Absolutely. That was absolutely thrilling on the final stages of the final couple of laps there. But let's go through the results, and so we'll do the same as we did for qualifying. So it is Jethan Shaw who takes the race win here at Autopolis for KCMG. The first time a non-Japanese winner and a constructor takes a race win in Super Formula, and then it is Memphis Fisher who, despite taking the pole on the fastest lap, could not get the race win today. He still hangs on to second with Miran Evji in third. Then we have Kaiman Kumar who finishes fourth with Zachary Fitzwater, a very, very close sixth. And then Josip Auzinch in sixth. Alexander Arnold finishes seventh with Axel Socki, a pretty good performance from him. And Mikolas Chernik in ninth on his debut, with Will Parrish rounding out the points in P10. So double points for Vantolin Team Toms, and then Jakubas Zukauskas after a race to forget finishes P11.
Himmel for the Swede finishes in 12th, followed by Aiden Smith, who has done pretty good to finish in P13th. James was the second of the Americans to finish in P14th, followed by the Cypriot of Ianu. Pearson has ended up the last of the Americans, followed by the Emirati of Juma. Haragami, a race to forget for him for the championship leader, and the Japanese, he's up in 18th, and then the 19th for Patel, he done good to get out of last position. Valsh is in 20th, and 21st is Material. The retirees are Simpson, who retired from Collision, and Kang, who retired from Spinning.
Yeah, and that is gonna be it then for Super Formula, and I have to say, Jamie, that was a thriller of a race.
Absolutely, it does show that given that Japan is quite a small country, but it's got a very big motorsport influence, and Autopolis is one of the shows that why it is a staple in Japanese motorsport for sure. It produced some exciting racing all the way from the start, all the way to the end, and it was an amazing race for sure.
Yeah, it really was, I have to say so. But now comes the difficult question of driver of the day. So, my driver of the day, there are so many people I want to give it to. I'm going to be honest with you. But I will give it to Mikolas Chernik. Beating the Formula 2 world champion on your race debut, making the overtake and finishing P9, that is something I don't think a lot of people has done on their debut, which is, I have to say, just absolutely fantastically done from Mikolas Chernik. And I think he has caught the public eye by quite a lot now. So that Mikolas Chernik gets my driver of the day. But I would honorable mention goes to Axel Socki, who went up 7 positions. It was 6 positions, and that is still really, really well done. So he gets my honorable mention.
Absolutely. Yep, absolutely. Chernik has absolutely done amazing for the Toms team today as well. Also claiming their team's first points as well for the Super Formula season as well. What a way to do it in style by beating Parish as well. I think that was an absolutely amazing performance there from the Chetnian, and for sure that he's going to get a call up anytime soon. It will not be the last time we'll see him in a Assetto Corsa offline championship race for sure as well. Also, Askell Saki did well to recover from the rookie racing's misfortunes from Kang's retirement after spinning. He does pretty well as well to clinch P8 as well and score vital points as well for the team as well for damage control as well. Really good as well for the race leader as well, who manages to force the Fisher into an error as well and manages to maintain lead. Unfortunately for Fisher, who had a very good start and a pole position and fastest lap, that mistake unfortunately cost him. But if it wasn't for the mistake, I would comfortably say that he would be our race winner.
Yeah. And here's a fun fact for you, Jamie. The top 8 in the championship did not score a single point, which is pretty funny to me. But I think this is going to I think this is good because this is just going to make the championship even closer. So, yeah. But I think that has been it. Next round, we will be heading east or southeast to the, or is it southwest? Geography is really hitting me now, but we're gonna be heading south to Indonesia and to the Mandalika circuit. So make sure to not miss that as well. Round 4 of the championship will be a thriller as well, I am sure. But Super Formula, it's like the gift that keeps on giving. Every race, I have to say, it's just been an absolute banger so far. But make sure to not miss as the ACOC returns next week. We're gonna have Formula 1 at the Spanish Grand Prix at the circuit de Barcelona Catalunya. F2 is gonna be on a bit of a break. Formula 3 will be returning as well at the same circuit, and Super Formula will be at Mandalika. So make sure to not miss that. But until then, I have been Miran.
And I have been Jamie.
Thank you so much for watching. You have been watching the Assetto Corsa Offline Championship. We will see you next week.